Hey everyone, here we're going to do a simple cool down after your circuits are over with. It's a little bit of a yoga mix, just very relaxing. You just want to return your muscles to their resting length. So we're going to come on our backs, simply come down here, make sure that you're comfortable, and we're going to bring in our right leg very gently here. This is where you want to breathe and relax. If you want to, you can straighten the leg, but just be very careful about not stretching too much. You definitely don't want to strain. You don't want to overstretch. You can take this leg and turn it out to the right side. Open up the hip a little bit. And again, here, if you want to extend the leg, you can. I have my knee bent here. Bring it up. And then we can twist to the left side. Be very easy not to twist too much right here. You just want to feel a simple stretch through the side here. And just breathe into it. Bring it back up. Take in your left leg. You can bring it out to the side. And again, you can extend your leg here if you're a little bit more flexible. Come back to center. Take that twist. Generally, you'll be able to stretch a little bit further on one side of the body than the other. That's completely normal. Just make sure that you're not overstretching. Come back to center. We're going to roll up here. Come into a tabletop position. This is where we can start to stretch out the spine a little bit. So basically what you want to do here is you want to round the back up, use your belly button and bring it into the spine. Let your head drop down a little bit, feel a stretch in your neck. And then come back up and curl the spine, lifting your head. Bring your belly button in, curl the back. Lift back up, look forward. Sinking the belly down, curling the spine. From here, we'll come back to a neutral spine. Widen your knees a little bit if they aren't already. We're going to take the right hand here and we're going to thread it through here, and we're going to come down and lay on the shoulder, and from here we're going to gently push with the left hand to feel that stretch in the shoulder. Depending on your level of flexibility, it may look a little bit less deep. So if you were to thread this arm through your left arm, come down, you're just going to use your body weight and let it flow to come into that stretch. You don't want to overstretch here. You just want to feel a deep stretch in your shoulders. And we'll come back up, back into tabletop. Come into a seated position, and we're just going to raise the arms in the air. Feeling a stretch in the shoulders again. Come over to the right side to stretch the side body. Come on up here. Come over to the left. Come back to center. Take one arm across the body. Gently pull here, not too much. You don't want to feel any type of strain in your shoulder. And we'll come out here and then take it to the other side. Again, not straining the shoulder. If your elbow is locked here, or if it's a little bit bent like mine, your body is naturally going to tell you how deep to stretch. It should feel good. It should never hurt. Stretching is not hurting yourself. We're going to do a little bit more on the hip flexors. You can come cross-legged like this. If you want, you can bring your legs out a little bit. And then as you come into this position, you're going to feel a stretch coming right down here in the leg. You can lean into a little bit. Always, whenever you're using your body weight, lean in slowly, feel the stretch, and hold it and breathe. Let your body relax into it. And whenever you're holding that for a few seconds, you'll be able to feel it stretch out. You can stretch a little bit further. But again, if your body is only allowing you to go a certain distance down into that stretch, don't try to force your body. I see a lot of people, whenever they come into a stretch, they're bouncing. And you never want to bounce in a stretch. You can have movement within a stretch. So if you're coming down here and you can feel the stretch, and you breathe in for a couple of seconds and breathe out into the stretch, and come back up, and then lean your body weight into it a little bit more. You can create a movement within a stretch to help you feel it, or you can adjust and maybe come back into it again so that you're feeling as if you're getting a really good stretch. But you never want to bounce into a stretch, because then your muscles are not being able to warn you and tell you when you might be taking a stretch a little bit too far. Another thing that feels good is just simple wrist circles here, especially if you've been holding weights. This will feel really nice. And always, you can do some neck circles here, never forcing it. We'll come forward with the legs and just take a forward fold. Don't worry about touching your toes. You just want to feel a stretch down your hamstrings. You can take your feet and pull them up to feel a stretch in your calf muscles. And again, you don't want to lock your knees out here. Keep them slightly bent. Let your body weight go into the stretch. And then as you feel comfortable, you can come back to start. So with stretching, you never want to bounce. You never want to overstretch. You really want to let your body lead its way into a stretch, into a cool down. With your cool down, you want your heart rate to come back down to resting. You want your muscles to return to resting length. And then from there, you can continue on with your day. I always recommend to my clients to stretch a little bit before they go to sleep at night. At least for me, it has a tendency when I wake up, I'm a little bit less stiff. And since after my workout, I'm continuing things throughout my day, I always find it helpful to do a few stretches before bed. That way, it cools down the body, it helps you relax, it gives you just an extra moment or two to breathe and take in your day. But anyway, I hope you all have a great one. Thanks.